Hello everyone, Pete Nelson here at Nelson Treehouse, announcing an exciting job in the Northeast we're about to embark on. We're creating the parts for, are you ready? Of all people, Amy Schumer's treehouse. Her son is 4 years old. He's gonna be the recipient of something extraordinary. Her lovely husband is gonna be there, and we are so jazzed to be creating something for really one of my heroes. So follow me into the shop. I'm gonna bug these guys. You can see where we are, and this is gonna go out the door in about a week and a half. So come on.
Jeff,
Hey, how's it going, Pete?
Is this the trim for Amy's?
Trim for Amy, so just finishing up, getting a little round over on it, bunking it up. And ready to go.
Hemlock, it looks like. This is hemlock, all salvaged from, this is the long stuff. So I bet Levi's Fire Salvage, Oregon. All the stuff we use for these tree houses, with the exception of the framing materials, plywood, is salvaged. Stuff that's come from the urban forest. So here we've got some neat rafters. These are 2x10s that are cut for this sweepy kind of entry roof that goes up to a 12-12, which is like a 45-degree slope. 12 over 12. 12 inches up, 12 inches over, creates a 45-degree slope. So that's that, and then it kicks out to this lovely swoop. This will, I'm gonna hold this up just because it's fun. It's probably heavier than I think. Oh yeah, it is. But like so, this piece here is a beam where my head was sitting in. Henry, look what you do. Huh? You created these little rafter tail details that came right out of his head. See that natural curve? We love those natural curves. And then in theory, this is a plumb cut. So Henry, lift that up just to see what that looks like. You go a little higher, there it is. That's it. So plumb, up and down, straight. And then this lovely curve that Henry just created right out of your head. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Anyway, this is all gonna be heading out to the east shortly. Many more parts to come. We'll show you those. In fact, I know we've got a birdhouse going on up in that eave here. We're gonna do a little dove coat, technical word, maybe. But let's go look at that. It's in the other shed. Okay, Rolf is working on this dove coat. Light on it. Rolf is not here, it appears, but we can see the evidence of his work. I'm so excited about this material. It is redwood tanks from California that are now being retired. These marks are the straps that held it all together. Imagine big circular water tanks and those iron straps that hold it all together every 6 inches or so. This is the first cut off of that beautiful old growth redwood. I mean, gorgeous stuff. We've got lots of this up in the mill. So Rolf is creating this birdhouse dovecote for the eave. Again, up in the peak. This is gonna kind of fill in just below the roof there. I can see what he's up to here. It's really sweet. He's got a he's gonna create this, it's gonna curve out. So these will all get put together, I believe. I can see what he's up to, but let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's gonna be a bird condominium. It's gonna be cool. Can't wait to see what it looks like in the end, but art is happening right here. And it's gonna go to Amy and her families. I'm so excited. Oh, okay, hold on. The walls, I have the walls here. The guys built these walls, prefabricated all the parts. So let me show you those while we're here. All, ready to go. This is so fun for me because it's amazing how quick these guys are. I mean, they go from a plan that we just drew up a week ago to completed sections, wall sections, sheeted with 1/2-inch CDX plywood. Framing is all as you'd see in a regular home. You've got your crippler and your king stud and your headers, big headers. This is like strong stuff. Even though they're tree houses, we build them up to code. Here's another wall with, you can see the slope of the roof, 45 degrees like we talked about. Fully ready to go. Should we go to Amy's? Let's go. Okay, I'm at Amy's. Now the crew's been here for just about a week already, so why don't we show you what they've been up to?
So yesterday we finished the floor system for our treehouse. So today we're moving on to raising walls, building our roof system, and ideally we'll even sheathe it. So that way the treehouse is protected from the weather for the rest of our time here.
Wasn't that cool? These guys are quick. And right now, I'm gonna go take you on a tour of where we are at the moment. Everybody's cruising, so come with me. Okay, here we have our dynamic uplift arrestor. This is a treehouse attachment bolt tab. This is the standard limb, the normal size piece of hardware for a big treehouse like this. So, standard limb. This allows for the tree to move, and if you can see, if you come over onto this angle, you can see that the white grease has been disrupted a little bit by the movement of the tree. You see that little half-inch kind of line there? That means it's working. You know, the trees are moving with the wind, and yesterday was really windy, but today not so much wind. It's critical to have that kind of a connection where you've got flexibility, because when the tree wants to move, especially down here, the forces are absolutely tremendous and it would break. You know, if you tried to just pin that beam to the tree, it would break. Absolutely. So make sure you build in flexibility with this type of hardware. Let's go upstairs and I'll show you where we are. All of the framing is complete. You can see we've got our blue tarp special going on the roof while we wait for the roofers. That's going to be cedar shingle, which is going to be beautiful. 5-inch exposure. Join me for a moment. Don't take your glasses off because they go well with your knit hat. Charlie's been crocheting these caps for us. Everyone's got one. So happy about that, Charlie. Keeping our ears warm. Anyway, Amos is a guy that has joined the crew several years ago already, but one of the great ones.
Thank you.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, it's all good. All right,
Yeah.
back to organizing.
Back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get to work here. Let me show you inside. What we have here is a basically 16 foot by 16 foot square with a little bite out of it. There's a tree that is over in this corner, but it's just kind of an open room, lots of windows. I think windows are really important to have in a treehouse. There's one window in particular that this is its third life. The big window at the back here I picked it up at a salvage yard, must have been 15 years ago. It went into a treehouse that came down, and it's back here being used for the third time. Good 6x6 monster. Looking out to the south. This area here will be a little queen size bed for guests. And then it's just kind of a place, well, in fact, for Amy and Chris's son, who at the moment is 4 years old. Neat little guy, and he is, he's gonna have this place to play around in. Imagine, you know, all the things you do in your treehouse. I mean, this is a little nicer treehouse than we all had probably when we were 4 years old, if we were lucky enough to have one. But hey, why not if you can do it? Make it a little art room, place to just run wild with your imagination. So, lucky kid. We're lucky to be building it for him, honestly. We've got a loft. Upstairs, there is a spot for, I mean, you might be able to stack as many as 6 or 8 kids up there if you put it in like sardines. But this, again, all salvaged. You can see that this wood here has nail holes from its previous use. Same with the car decking, all redone. If you like, we can climb on up and see what it looks like. Here it is, a little loft. Put the kids up here for sleeping and hanging out. Perfect little spot. So next stage, we'll get some insulation in here, and then we finish it with the, I have some really nice redwood that I'm hoping is on the truck that made it here to do the ceiling with. But that's what it's gonna be. Just a sweet little spot. There's a few more things outside I'd love to show you, so why don't we go out and I'll highlight those for you too. This way. Okay, so some of the fun features on this treehouse. You'll see in the peak, there is a little dovecote birdhouse, multiple birdhouse. One of our carpenters back at the shop, Rolf, who's so talented, a great artist, I said, could you kind of create something that would be fun to tuck up in the peak of the roof here? And he created this. So Rolf did a great job. He created kind of an owl motif at the very peak, if you can see it, with the 2 eyeballs, then the wings. Anyway, I think that's so sweet. The windows are kind of a mishmash. We had lots of windows over these many years. I've kind of collected some. Some were reject or somehow wrong. And Amy was great because she said, let's just use those. We'll use whatever's kind of left over, and found some great combinations of windows. The final feature, which I think is really fun, and Amy really loved when she was looking at photographs of tree houses that we'd built in the past, is that sweeping roof. But it's got a nice little sweep over the entrance. That always feels good, doesn't it? A curve like that. Well, we will check in when it's done, which will be soon. These guys, you know, and I'm so happy that I'm here to help. We're gonna get this thing done quicker than you might imagine. And we'll show you the final product.